So here, okay, so first topic which we will discuss is elements of cost. So cost means, I guess the screen it's being recorded. So let's see, I will not touch this, later on we will see.
We'll just see it later.
So elements of cost. Cost means what is the cost of producing the goods. Suppose you are planning to produce one car. This example, this screen I have taken from your that PowerPoint presentation. So suppose you are planning to manufacture a car. So to manufacture a car, what are the costs involved in order to manufacture a car? So these are the basically three elements: material, labor, and other expenses. Material and labor is also expenses. But we categorized it separately because they are significant in value. So that's why I gave a separate category for the material and separate category for labor. And apart from material and labor, all other expenses I put in the third category, other expenses. Okay, it means to manufacture a car, you need what first? Materials, right? Without materials, it is not possible to produce any product. And car is different thing. We can't produce even anything like without material is required. And only having material is not sufficient. We need workers also, isn't it? Someone we need to help to convert that material into finished goods.
So that's why the
workers also we required. So apart from material and labor, there are certain other expenses also. So these are the three elements of cost. Material, labor, and other expenses. Now each element we will discuss in detail. Like material, further I am classifying into category direct and indirect. Okay, so direct material means which we can relate with the product. That is direct material. Let me give you for example. Like suppose in manufacturing of furniture. Suppose you gave order of one study table to the carpenter. So what will be the material, main material?
The main material will be whatever cloth or whatever wool.
Wood, right? Wood or timber, you can say. So that is direct material. The prime material is known as direct material. But only wood is not sufficient to manufacture the table, isn't it? You need many other things like Fevicol, you need nail also, you need polish also, isn't it? So those are known as indirect material. Okay, another example. Suppose you went to a tailor and you told that you need a shirt like of your exact fitting. You are not planning to buy a ready-made one. So you went to a tailor and you told that you need a shirt size. You gave the measurement. Now the tailor will manufacture a shirt for you. He will stitch a shirt for you, right? So the cloth is what? Direct material. The actual fabric or the cloth you will buy that also, and that you will give to the tailor. So that cloth and the fabric is called direct material. But only cloth is not sufficient. The tailor will be using thread also. The tailor will be using buttons also, isn't it? So that is called indirect material. So direct material means the main material which you can easily relate with the product. So that is direct material. And indirect material means which you cannot easily relate with the product. And the value of indirect material is insignificant basically. Like when you go to the tailor, he will tell you now that for a shirt exactly this much cloth is required, right? But he will not tell you that this much thread is required, these many buttons are required.
He won't
because he don't keep the specific record. He'll just randomly use the thread and button, right? But cloth he will take proper measurement. He will give you the exact measurement that this much cloth is required. So this is the difference between direct and indirect material. Direct material means which you can relate with the product, and indirect material means which the value is insignificant and you cannot relate with any product. Okay. So here see example is also given here. See direct material. Metal, leather, plastic and rubber. So all these are direct material, main material. But only main material is not sufficient. You need to use indirect material also.
Yeah.
See, solder, grease for machine. I don't know what is solder. I have to Google it. Grease
Wait, no,
for
solder. Okay, and I know. I get that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So grease for machines. Grease means in car you have seen the engine and the other thing, other equipment.
Yeah.
So for smooth running, you apply grease in those machines, right?
Yes.
So that is indirect material,
Mm-hmm.
and that is the value is very insignificant.
Yeah.
But it is equally important.
Yes.
If you do not put grease in the machines, the machine will not work properly, right? Yeah. So value is insignificant. The monetary value is insignificant, but actual value is really it is important for that main product.
Yes.
So both type of product material you require to manufacture a car or any other product. Main material also, other in the insignificant material also. Okay.
Yes.
So understood the difference?
Yeah.
So I gave example of car. It's there in the PPT, and I gave example of a table. I gave example of the thread also. The shirt example also.
Yes.
Okay. And let me give one more example. Suppose you want to build a flat for you, like a villa.
Okay.
So direct material will be bricks, cement. All these are direct material. But the concrete you will use, right? Concrete, bajri we call in Hindi.
Yeah.
So that bajri is insignificant. That concrete is insignificant. But that is equally important in building that villa or the flat or the building, whatever.
Yeah.
So main material will be direct and other material will be known as indirect.
Indirect.
Yeah. Now same thing for labor also. Labor means whatever we pay to the workers. The workers, those who are involved in the production process. Because without worker, we cannot, execute the production process, right?
Yeah.
So we need two type of worker. Worker, those who are working in the factory, and the worker, those who are working in the offices, basically.
Yes.
So the people, those who are actually involved in the production process, whatever wage you will pay to them, so that is known as direct wage.
Okay.
Or direct labor you can call. See here in the part of the PPT. See, direct labor means assemblers' wages. The people, those who are assembling the car. So to those people, whatever you will make the payment, that is called a direct labor.
Okay.
But in the factory, you need supervisor also, right? To see that all the workers are working properly or not. But do you think that supervisor is directly involved in the production process?
No, he isn't.
So he is not involved. He just oversee everything. Like he just supervise that work is going on in proper way or not. So but he is not doing any manufacturing work. So supervisor's salary will be known as what?
The salary labor. For indirect, yeah.
Agree?
Yes.
So the people, those who are doing production process, those who are involved in production activity, whatever you will pay to them, that is called direct labor. But the people, those who are not doing any production work, but those who are indirectly working in the business, like indirectly helping.
Yes, and they're like
that is
indirect
called
labor.
Indirect labor. Okay, the example is given in the PPT also.
Yeah.
Now see, apart from material and labor, there are other expenses also. And again, other expenses we will classify in direct and indirect. Direct expenses means, see example given.
Okay, that's
direct
royalty.
Expenses. Can you read this?
Yeah, what is royalty, sir?
I will tell you. Read out first.
Okay, royalty to be paid for name John Cooper for Mini.
Yes, suppose the name is very unique. Suppose your name is very unique. Suppose. And by using that name, we want to give the same name to that product.
Okay.
But you may have objection, right? Why you are using my name for your product?
Okay.
So the company will pay you money. That please allow us to use your name to put the same name for the product.
Okay.
So might be that John Cooper he is charging for using this mini word.
Okay.
So he is not. Might be some registration he has done. So please don't use my name. If you use my name, so still company is using. So but company is paying him royalty fees. He is paying.
Okay, yeah.
And after paying fees, now might be John Cooper allowed to use the name Mini Cooper or like that. Like might be his name is John Cooper and now they are using Mini Cooper, right?
Mini, correct.
So
yeah.
that's why he allowed. Okay, no problem. You remove my name and use Mini. But you need to pay fees to me like that. Something is
so
there.
that fees is called royalty.
Yeah. So it means someone has the legal right, and without his permission, we can't use that. So if we use that, first we need to take permission and we need to pay royalty. Like suppose any musician has created a fine tune, so we can't copy that tune.
Yeah.
If we use that for any of our advertisement or any other like activities, so we need to pay the royalty to the original owner.
Okay.
So that is the direct expense. And this payment is different from material and different from labor.
Okay.
Isn't it? So this is direct expense.
Huh.
And indirect expense means like electricity in the factory and office related expenses.
It's not directly linked to the production.
Yes. It is nothing to do with the production activity basically. So apart from it has to do with production but not directly.
Yeah, indirectly. That's all.
Yes. So let me give you one more example of direct and indirect expenses. Suppose you are building 3 villas. Villa A, Villa B, Villa C. And this villa is, for you. You will be going to reside in this villa. Okay, it is for personal purpose. And these 2 villas for rental purpose. Equal size. So, and this size is 100,000 square feet. And these are 500 square feet.
Okay.
Okay. Three flats are the villas construction is going on. This is for your own purpose.
Yeah.
And these 2 for rental purpose. Now, to construct the villa, don't you think you will be taking help of an architect?
Yes.
He will design the entire map, entire diagram for you. Where will be the kitchen, where will be the hall, the diagram he will give.
Yeah.
So, how many, tell me, diagram you need?
Like diagrams, so you need 3 because you have 3 houses.
No, I guess we need only 2.
Why is that?
Because 1,000 square feet, okay. So that separately I need specifically for AO, right?
Okay.
But these 2, don't you think they are similar in the size?
Correct.
So one diagram is enough for both, right?
Yeah.
So it means I paid 10,000 rupees to that architect for this diagram for flat A.
Okay.
And 5,000 I gave for the diagram for flat B and C. Now can you tell me when I will calculate the cost of flat A, manufacturing cost, this 10,000 directly I will charge to flat A, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because the benefit of this diagram, who enjoyed it directly? Flat A, right?
Flat A, yeah.
So 10,000 will be directly assigned to this flat. And this 5,000 will I directly charge to B, only B?
No, you'll charge it to both.
Both how I will charge? As the size is similar, so 2,500,
25. Okay.
So this is called indirect.
Okay.
This is called indirect because 5,000 is not directly related to any cost, any product. Here these are the product, right?
Yes.
So 5,000 is not only benefiting only to one product. It is benefiting many products. So that I have to allocate. But here this diagram is only benefiting to A. So that's why it is direct expense. And this 5,000 is indirect expense for B and C. And indirect expense I allocated equally.
Yes.
So understood the difference?
Yep.
Yes. So this is the thing. So 3 elements we have seen: material, both direct and indirect, then labor, direct and indirect, and other expenses, direct and indirect.
Yeah.
Okay. Now see how we will use these elements of cost in order to prepare the manufacturing account. Okay. Manufacturing account we need to prepare.
Okay.
So see here, first always we take all the direct thing. So direct material. direct materials, direct labor, and direct expenses. First we will take all this. Suppose to manufacture the car, so direct material we used is $10,000. Direct labor we paid $6,000 and direct expenses 1,000. 10,000 we paid for metal, leather, plastic and rubber. 6,000 I paid to the assemblers wages, and 1,000 I paid for the royalty to John Cooper. Okay. So add up all this. So this is called a prime cost. Prime cost, or you can say direct cost. Okay. So always we will do this thing first. Consider all the direct element, direct material, direct labor, direct expenses, and whatever total you will get, that will be known as what? Prime cost, or you can call it direct cost. After that, I will add indirect cost. Indirect expenses, or you can say it is also known as factory overheads. And in this I will take all the indirect thing. Indirect thing we specifically which took place where? In the factory only. Because I am finding what? Manufacturing cost. So manufacturing is taking place where? In the factory or in the office?
In the factory.
Yes, in the factory. So whatever indirect thing happened in the factory, that I will consider here now. Like say indirect
material, indirect labor, and indirect expenses.
Yes, so indirect material, see, I use the grease for machinery.
Machines, yeah.
So suppose it is cost $500. Then the supervisor is working in the factory, not in the office.
He's not working he's working in the factory. Yeah.
So this supervisor is factory supervisor, okay? So it is called indirect
labor.
Or labor also you can write. To this supervisor I paid $600 for doing the supervising work. Right? Now in the factory, electricity. Don't you think in the factory we need some lighting also?
Yes.
So that is called, see, we need two type of thing. We need two type of electricity. One is power to manufacture the thing. So that will become direct expense, power and all.
I mean, is that direct? Because I mean, it's still indirect, like something power.
No. See, two type of electricity we need in the factory. One to manufacture the goods and one to lightening the factory. See, in darkness people will not work, right?
No, that makes sense. But I was like thinking that should we divide it?
No. So in lightening the factory, whatever we will pay, that is indirect. But the actual power which we are using to manufacture, to molding the car, we need power.
That is
to run the machine, we need power, right?
Yes.
Without power, machine will not run.
Yes.
So that power will come under direct expense. Okay. So here it is. We are talking about the another electricity. For the normal lightning.
Just general.
Indirect expenses. There are many examples. Not electricity. Factory insurance, factory maintenance, factory repair. All these are indirect expenses. So suppose it
even like security or something.
Yes. Suppose it is $400 I paid. So I have taken all the indirect expenses which took place where? In the factory. And all these indirect are collectively known as what? Factory overheads. Now you add up this prime cost and plus all this. All these indirect thing you add up. So whatever total you will get, that is called production cost. Production cost. So understood so far? Tell me any doubt?
Yes. No doubts.
So there is a order. So in this order only we will prepare the manufacturing account. So first always you will take all the direct thing
then total it up and then take the indirect
total
cost.
will be known as what? Prime cost. And
prime
after
cost.
that I will take indirect cost, which took place only in the factory, not
yes.
in the office, not in the sales and other department.
Okay.
Only in the factory, whatever indirect thing, that I will take. And then I will add up, and that will be a production cost.
Yes.
Okay. Now you will ask, what about the indirect? What about the expenses which took place in? Because there in business there is not only factory, right?
Exactly. There are other departments.
There is office also.
Exactly.
There is selling. Sales department also.
Yes.
So what about, because expenses are taking place there also, isn't it?
Yes.
So what about those? So those we will take after finding the production cost. Once the production cost we got, now I will add office related expenses, sale department related expenses. Suppose office related expenses 1500, sale department related expenses 2000. Now you will add up, that will be known as total cost. Total cost of the business. Total cost of the business. Manufacturing cost is only this much. This is office expenses, and this is selling and distribution expenses. Selling and distribution. Because you are producing the goods, so this is the production cost. And you are administrating everything, right?
Yes.
So for that office you need. So office people are working there, so that you will add here. Then sale and distribution expenses. And this is the total cost of your business. So the purpose of manufacturing account is just to find this production cost only.
No, wait, I don't understand that. The whole purpose of it is to find the manufacturing
account is just to find the till here basically.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Whatever goods you produced, what is the production cost? But if you want to find total cost, like, so this is the cost incurred in the factory, right?
Yeah.
Total. And this is the cost incurred in the office. This is the cost incurred in the selling and distribution department. So add up all this, then you will get the total cost of your business.
Yeah.
So don't get confused that this total cost doesn't mean the production cost. This total cost means including production cost.
Yes.
Okay? Okay. Now, see the other aspect.
Okay.
Now, the next topic is what? Classification of cost.
Okay.
And classification of cost is based on what? Nature. So
sorry, it's based on nature. Okay.
Yeah. So fixed, there are three categories: fixed, variable, and which is the third one?
Fixed, variable, and semi-variable.
Semi-variable. So first, let me tell you what is nature means how it react like cost. So fixed means it will remain always fixed up to a certain level of a production of activity.
Yeah.
I will give you example. Suppose a factory rent. You took one factory, right? And the factory is on rental basis. And every month you are paying $1,000 as a rent. Now, whether you produce 0 unit, whether you produce 200 units, or whether you produce 10,000 units, rent will remain same or it will change?
For the fixed thing, it will remain the same.
No matter whether you produce or not. Suppose Corona is going on and your factory is shut down.
Exactly.
No production taking place. So the person who gave you this factory on rental basis, will he forgive this rent?
No, he won't.
He will charge. No matter you are producing anything or you are producing whatever. He will charge. The rent will remain continuous. So this is called fixed. This is called fixed cost. Understood my point?
Yes.
So it means fixed cost means that cost which will not vary as per the production.
Yes.
Which is related to the time, which has nothing to do with the production. Whether you produce or you do not produce, whether you produce or do not produce, it will remain same. It will not change. It will not increase. It will not decrease also. But this is fact. So it means fixed cost means which will remain fixed, right?
Yeah.
But that is not true basically. Fixed cost will remain fixed up to a certain level. But once we cross that level, then fixed cost will also change.
Okay.
Let me give you an example. Suppose this factory, the factory which I took on rental basis, the capacity of this factory is only to produce 2000 units at a time.
Okay.
Only 2000 units because the capacity is only this much. Now I want to produce 2000 units more. All of a sudden, suppose I started producing mask. Corona time, mask manufacturing I did. Mask and you can say PPE kit and all. So the demand has increased. Now tell me, is this factory, the one factory sufficient for me?
Nope.
So I have to look for another factory, right?
Yes.
So the moment I will look for another factory, don't you think I have to pay 1000 more?
Yep, you do.
Now tell me, what is my total factory rent?
2000.
2000. So this is fixed cost. So fixed cost will remain only fixed up to a certain level. The moment you cross that limit,
no more fixed.
Then the fixed cost will also change. If you are producing up to 2000 masks, if you are producing, then one factory is enough and keep paying 1000, no problem.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
But the moment you will cross this limit, just for example, suppose you want to produce, I need 4000 masks. So, but this factory is not sufficient. It's not possible. You have to set up another factory. And the moment you set up another factory, the factory rent will increase. So, what is the definition of fixed cost? That fixed cost means that cost which will remain fixed only up to a certain level. Like in my example, up to 2000 masks, it will remain fixed. But the moment you cross that limit, then fixed cost will also change. Okay, now variable cost. Now variable cost will vary according to the production.
Yes.
Okay. Now suppose if you are producing 0 unit, then variable cost will also remain 0. Suppose variable, and this is cost. This is the units, and this is cost. You are not producing anything, so variable cost will also not take place.
Yeah.
But if you are producing 100 units, then variable cost is coming 2000, suppose. Okay, now if you are producing 200, suppose double production done, so variable cost will also become double. Suppose 300, then it will also move accordingly.
Yes.
Understood? So that is called variable cost. Suppose you want only one shirt. So the cloth required is 2 meters, suppose.
Okay.
For one shirt, how much cloth is required as per tailor?
2 meters.
2 meters. He told go and get it to 2 meters. Now you told no, I want 2 shirts. Tell me how many meters you need?
4.
4. Automatically change, right?
Yeah, exactly. It changes.
So that is called variable cost.
Okay.
So all the prime cost is variable. All this prime cost, isn't it? All this direct thing. Direct material, direct labor, direct expenses, all are what? Variable.
All are variable, yes.
Remember this.
Oh yeah, wait, I didn't realize that. The direct material, labor. Wait, so labor is also variable?
Yes. Because suppose you just increase the production double, don't you think you need more worker?
Yeah, you do.
So their salary will also increase, their wages will also increase. Agree my point?
Okay, wait, no, I'm having a little confusion, very stupid question. But what if now, example, the factory every day it makes only 200 units of goods, and the laborers they get paid only 5,000 per person every day because they're only producing 2,000. So that's also fixed, right?
No, labor's salary is See, the people, those who are working in the factory, the person is getting fixed. But you think from your point of view, not the person point of view.
Okay.
You are a factory, you think, suppose you are producing 100 masks and the wages you are paying 3,000.
Correct, yeah.
So, but you produce 200, don't you think you will employ more workers in that span
of
time?
you will employ more. Okay,
in the same time you need production too. So that one person is getting 3,000, no problem. But the other worker will be getting 3,000 extra. So for you it is just double, right?
Exactly, yeah.
For you it is just double, but for that person it is fixed.
Yeah, correct.
Yes. So just to make a note, that all direct cost is variable.
All direct cost.
When I say direct cost means direct material, direct labor and direct expenses. The nature of all these is what? Variable. Okay?
Yes.
Yes. Now.
Also, so it's semi-variable. Correct.
Tell me.
No, so I just wanted to say that the classification of cost, that is different from this thing, right? The topic was cost behavior.
This is element of cost.
No. I'm not saying that, sir. I'm saying that so you would put classification of cost. A classification of cost on this thing. It's of the historical cost and all of that. So this is cost behavior.
Yeah, cost behavior you can say. Cost behavior you can say. Okay. So both the thing understood.
Yes, understood.
Now semi-variable is what? This cost will change, but not as per the production.
Okay.
Suppose right now you are producing 0, so it will come 0. You produced 100 units, it is came 2,000. Now you increase the production double, right?
Yeah.
100 to just you went 200, but it will also increase, but not just double. It will increase, suppose like this.
Okay.
Here your production is what? Double, na?
Yeah.
The cost is double.
Cost is not double.
So it is known as semi-variable.
Could you give an example for that?
Yeah, I will give. So understood. Variable means variable will change in the same proportion.
Correct. Yeah, that's
but semi-variable will change, but not in the same proportion. It is the production increase just double, but it is not increased just double. It is only 1.5%, 150%, you can say.
Okay.
Like example, I will give you telephone charges. Telephone charges. Telephone charges. If you do not use any telephone every month, don't you think you have to pay fixed charge? Fixed charge for telephone, no matter you make a call or not.
Yes.
Meter charge you have to pay like monthly rental charge will come. Suppose 1,000 rupees is coming. You got the connection. Whether you use this landline or not, every month you have to pay 1,000.
Charge 1,000.
Okay. Now the remaining portion that depends on the call. Suppose per call they are charging 50 paisa. Suppose in that particular month you made 500 calls. So this is variable part. This is variable part, and the bill will come like this. The bill you have to pay this much.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is fixed, and this depends on number of
calls you make.
Yeah. So suppose next month, this month you made this much call. Next month you made your customer increased. Okay. Now due to increase in customer, your call will also increase.
Yeah.
So next month bill will come this much.
13, 14. Yeah. Okay.
So this is called semi-variable. Semi-variable means which has the element of fixed and variable both.
Okay.
Understood my point?
Yes.
So like this, many things you can see, like Tata Sky you have seen. Fixed rental charges, and then depends on the subscription you buy. So this is
Tata Sky is still fixed, right? Tata Sky, whatever.
No, not fixed.
I get it. I get the example.
Base plan you have to take first, right?
Base plan you take.
Then the more you take, add the channel, then the more
then you have to
separately you have to pay.
Oh yeah. I forgot that.
So this is called semi-variable. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So semi-variable, what we will do actually, we will find out the fixed portion. There is a technique. For each semi-variable expenses, we will find out that how much is fixed portion and how much is variable.
Okay.
And once we bifurcate that, fixed I will add in the fixed part, the first stage, and the variable I will add in the variable part. And then later on it will disappear. Initially it will be there.
Yeah.
Then using a specific technique, I will find out that in this semi-variable, how much is fixed part. And that I will add in the fixed. Like suppose in this telephone charge, my bill came this much, right?
Yeah.
So 1000 I will add here, fixed. And variable part I will put here. Done.
Yeah.
Now telephone expenses I will not take separately. It was semi-variable, but I classified like this.
Okay.
So it means semi-variable will eventually disappear basically. Okay, understood?
Yes.
So any other doubt? Tell
with
me.
this, no. With current, no. Nothing.
So understood, fixed will remain fixed, but up to a certain level of activity.
Yes.
And variable will change according in the same proportion, the way the production is changing.
Yes.
And semi-variable, I gave you example, which is some part is fixed and some part is variable. Okay, and another thing which I gave, that all direct expenses are what?
All direct. Oh yeah, sorry. All direct expenses are
variable.
Yeah.
And factory overhead some are of fixed nature.
Okay.
All the factory overhead. Some are of fixed nature.
Yeah.
See, let me write here for your convenience. It is variable, it is variable, it is variable, and it is variable. Okay.
Okay.
Now, indirect material is, you can say...
it's fixed, right?
No, semi-variable.
Oh.
Semi-variable.
Okay. Yeah.
Indirect wages, you can say fixed. Every month, supervisor will take fixed salary.
Oh, yeah, that guy takes fixed.
Okay. Indirect expense, now suppose the factory telephone charges, it is semi-variable.
Okay, yeah.
Just for example, semi-variable. So, in detail, we will discuss later on. But remember this, that all the direct things are variable, and factory overhead, some are of fixed nature and some are of semi-variable nature. None of these is variable. One thing is sure.
Okay.
None of the factory overhead is variable nature.
Yeah.
They will be either of fixed nature or semi-variable nature.
Semi-variable.
Okay. Yeah. And same goes for office expenses and selling and distribution. None of these are variable nature. Some are of fixed nature and some are of a semi-variable. Like, let me give one more example. Indirect expense. Suppose factory rent. Suppose the factory is on rental basis. Every month I am paying this 400. Tell me, fixed or semi-variable? Fixed. Understood? Now office related. Let me tell you. Office rent or office insurance. Insurance fixed premium I have to pay, right? So it is fixed. So that we will discuss in detail, okay?
Okay.
Later on. But for the time being, you understood the basic classification.
Yeah, I got that.
And you understood what do you mean by direct and indirect.
Yes.
The main thing is direct and the insignificant thing is indirect. But both are equally important when it comes to manufacture the product.
Yes.
Value-wise, they might be insignificant. Okay, then enough for this.
Yeah, so also, we forgot one more thing, which is basically just the cost classification of like the historical cost, product cost, and period costs.
Historical cost, I will take it, no problem.
Okay.
Can I consider in the next class this?
Yeah.
And we will solve some numerical questions so that you will be clarified.
Yeah,
this
that's
topic
the one
will be
thing
more
which I've
clarified for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me click.